Hi everyone, I'm Ellie from Knowsley. We've got Becky here as well, and we're going to chat to you about our Wellbeing Through Wildlife programme. So Wellbeing Through Wildlife is a 6-week programme that we run. It supports wellbeing for individuals that are accessing local mental health support groups and addiction recovery groups. It's free to access, so we've removed the barrier of cost. And this is our fabulous logo, which we have made. So through a series of activities, the programme aims to increase positive emotions, reduce negative emotions, and connect the participants to nature and for them to understand the benefits of being connected to nature and their well-being. Sorry, the pictures do look a little bit blurry. I don't know if you can see those, but this is our lovely woodland and a group enjoying it. So
the programme itself ran for 6 weeks, and they came once a week, and the session was 2 hours long. And we tried to include an annual activity, sorry that is quite blurry as well, but an annual activity and a wellbeing outdoors activity in each session. So the animal activity could be anything from kind of feeding an animal, meeting a keeper, kind of watching maybe a display. And our wellbeing activity, we tried to spend some time outside, whether it was something simple as walking around our woodland or making, say, a bird feeder or something, we'd then go and hang in our woodland as well. We also tried to include some craft and some making, so we did some enrichment making for the animals too, including the baboons, made some paper mache for them, very messy but very fun. And we also made some smells and scent bags as well for the animals kind of outside, just being in nature. And there's a picture of these guys at a bird of prey display there too. So here's some of those examples of the activities. At the top there you can just see some of the guys in the woodland making those bird feeders at the top too. We also just have some pictures of our woodland as well, our lovely little waterfall area down there. We spent a lot of time actually wandering around there, and you can see them going on one of our many woodland walks too. We again also went out on the safari, so we've got the obviously our safari that you drive around and our foot safari as well. So we spent some time in both areas. I got to ride in the baboon bus. We had a baboon bus then waving at us all down there too. And we made some enrichment for those on the foot safari as well. So here's our meerkats patiently waiting for their food. And our bush dogs kind of exploring one of the boxes that our group's made. And then finally, here are some of the examples of the crafts as well that we did, the making. So we've got those baboon balloons just there, and the rocks and stuff that we painted, and then we're going to go and hide them around the woodland for the next group to find and then make their own. So we did also want to evaluate this project. So on the very first session, so on week 1, we gave these guys a kind of a questionnaire-esque piece of paper. On there, some statements they can agree with by scoring them 1 to 10. Things a little bit like I'm looking forward to the course, I'm looking forward to spending time with other people, stuff like that really. And then at the bottom, there's just some knowledge-based questions for them as well. We kind of stressed there was no pressure. If you don't know the answer, that's absolutely fine. And then again on week 6, so right at the end of the course, we gave them this again. And then hopefully their answer would change. If they weren't sure of something on week 1, if I did my job properly, by week 6, they should have known kind of the answers to those questions. And then every single session, they got one of these. This is our wellbeing wheels just here. So on week 1, or on the very first thing we did, fill out these. They had different emotions around the outside of the wheel with different numbers in. So 5 meant that you were really, really feeling that emotion, and 1 meant that you weren't feeling that at all. So it's that both for positive and then again for negative, and they filled this out on the very first thing when they arrived and also again before they left. So each week they would do 2, one at the beginning and one at the end. And we were hoping from this to see whether their kind of the negative emotion decreased and their positive emotion increased.
So from January to June, we ran 6 sessions of 6 cohorts of the Wellbeing Through Wildlife. 2 of them were adult groups, 2 were youth groups, and 2 were SEND groups. So for analysis, we've separated the groups up. Due to the nature of the groups, attendance wasn't consistent, so it was difficult for us to get the same number of participants filling out this form on week 1 as to week 6, because not all people attended all 6 weeks. And same for these as well. So for each one of these, we actually separated the things up into standalone measures to be able to have a large enough sample size to do any analysis on. So 57 people took part, and we ended up with a sample size of 22. So it kind of shows just how many. It was very inconsistent. But by the end of the year, we'll have run 12 cohorts. So the hope is that then when we add more data again, we'll be able to get a larger sample size. So we've got this lovely graph here. So this one is showing the scores for the statements that they rated. So they rated them on week 1, which is the dark blue, and then week 6, which is the lighter blue. And then you've got all the different statements across the bottom, and then we wanted their score to increase. And it did increase. None of these are significant at the minute. We hope that as the sample size increases, that might be, but the one that's nearing significance is the second one in there, which is I'm looking forward to sharing the day with other people, which was really positive because a lot of the participants on week 1 were very anxious. Some were even sort of saying on the morning, oh, I nearly didn't come because I'm not used to like mixing with other people. So that was really positive for us to sort of see an increase there. And then the next one is the knowledge-based questions. So that was again on the questionnaire that they did on week 1 and week 6. So with this, there was again an increase in their knowledge. So at the end of the programme, they were answering more correct questions than they were at the start, which again was very positive. But then I think for us, the most exciting result was the Wellbeing Wheels. So the one that they did at the start and the end of each programme. And to do this one, so these were their self-reported feelings. We separated it into week 1 and week 6, and we compared the results there. And there was a significant increase in the positive emotions from week 1 to week 6. So they all left sort of self-reporting that they had more positive emotions, and there was a significant decrease in the negative emotions as well. So we were really pleased with that. That was the aim of the project, and yeah, so that was great to see, and we hope that as we do more, again, we'll get more data to add into that as well.
So we also gave them a toolkit at the end of the programme as well, so we wanted them to kind of take away from this and continue their wellbeing journey from home. So they included these lovely things just here. So they got a branded tote bag, which is really cool, a grow your own plants, some meditation cards, a reusable straw, some soap and shampoo bars, a bamboo toothbrush, eco pen, and some essential oils as well. We tried to make those things that they could use to both kind of benefit their wellbeing, but also that were environmentally friendly too. So lots of reusable things, stuff that wasn't going to do too much damage. So this here was one of the activities that we did. We wrote on a piece of paper shaped as leaves, called them our grateful leaves, and we wrote on there things that they were thankful for, things that they had enjoyed, or just something that made them smile today. So we had some really, really lovely ones. So one of them said, I'm grateful for finding the true me. Nature is special and it's something good for me. And then I'll read that one from here.
I'm grateful for nature, being outdoors, family and friends.
So this was kind of just some really lovely feedback that we'd got, really, not even really looking for it, but just kind of what they had written on their leaves. So we have for the future then, we have just had some more funding kind of approved, so we're obviously hoping to continue with this programme, open it up to kind of wider communities and things, and hopefully more people will come along and have a good time.
So there's our emails there if anybody's got any questions, or if anybody's doing something similar and you wanted to get in touch, then please feel free to.